Okay, hello everyone. So this video is being recorded no, for me to demonstrate how to compute the index of nutrient quality. So this is the last topic that we were not able to discuss last time. And since this is a part of your chapter 2 exam, then I have to discuss this no, before your exam on Thursday. So the index of nutrient quality is actually a formula no, to determine the nutrient density of a particular food. And nutrient density um, can actually be quantified no, again through the use of this formula. So that's why this particular topic no, is under the quantitative tools. Okay, so nutrient density um, tells us about how nutritious a particular food item is. So when a person says this food is nutritious, they are implying that the food contains more nutrients other than calories, or it is a food that has high nutrient density. So therefore, the higher the nutrient density of a particular food, the more nutritious it can be considered. Okay, so the more nutrient dense the food is, the more it can be considered as nutritious. Okay, so in order for us to be able to technically say that this food is nutritious, we must be able to compute its INQ. Okay, because the INQ of a particular food item um, would be our basis no, to determine whether that food is really considered nutritious. Okay, so the computation for the INQ is actually easy. So uh, we would only consider a few factors na in the equation, and I think I was able to upload yeah, a sample of the computation for the INQ. So just have to click this one and you will be directed no, to this page. So ako na lang po i-download sa Microsoft Word for easy demonstration. So sige, unsaon na to pag-compute sa INQ. So say for example, we have na ako'y gisat ng example diri no, carrots. So 100 grams of carrots. So can we really confirm that that carrots is nutritious? So mag-compute ta sa INQ niya para ma-say na to for sure, di ba? So um, a very important factor no to consider in computing a food item's INQ is the energy requirement of a particular person. Okay, so let's say for example, the energy requirement for a certain person is 2,000 calories, and we want to know whether these carrots can be called as nutritious no, if that person consumes it. Okay, so that's why we also have to consider the energy requirement of that person. Remember that in order for a particular food to be considered as nutritious, it has to contain more micronutrients than calories. Okay, because if it has a lot of calories and then it has low to zero of the micronutrients, then that food can no longer be considered as nutritious. Okay, lesser no ang ihang nutrient density if inana ang case. So we actually want our food items to have a lot of micronutrients compared to its calories, because again, that's the only case no, when we can say that particular food item is technically nutritious. Okay, so that's why kinahanglan nato i-consider no ang energy requirements sa person. Okay, so this also means no, that the person needs 2,000 calories per day. Okay, So yeah, naanatay sample nga energy requirement, and then we have this portion of food that we want to analyze, no, carrots, and we would want, no, to determine then the calorie content of carrots as well as these micronutrients, vitamin A and vitamin C. Okay, so these are just examples, no, of micronutrients that we want to compute, no, okay, para ma-derive na to yung INQ. Because if ato basahon ni, no, kaning naa sa PowerPoint, okay, if the food has INQs of 1 or more for 4 nutrients or INQs of 2 for at least 2 nutrients, then it is considered as nutritious. So actually pwede ta mag start, no, og any nutrients, okay, for the determination of INQs. So ang ako lang giset ng example diri is vitamin A o vitamin C. So let's confirm whether ang INQ sa carrots for vitamin A and for vitamin C moabot og at least 1. Okay? If ang INQ is moabot og 2 for at least 2 nutrients, then pwede na matawag nga kana nga food as nutritious. Okay? So that means, guys, if ang INQ for vitamin A and for vitamin C is at least 2, then pwede na nato ni siya ma-consider as nutritious. Okay? So let's see if moabot sa 2 ang iyang INQs for these nutrients. So nakuha na nato ang energy requirement niya, which is 2,000 calories. So kaning example ni siya. So sa exam, no, given ni siya kaning energy requirement, but you may need, no, to derive, no, the caloric content as well as the vitamin A and vitamin C of a particular food item from the FCT. Okay? You might also need, no, to check, no, the PDRI RNI for the nutrients given. So you would check, no, the PDRI RNI for vitamins A and C kay mao man na ang required diri. So okay, let's assume, no, nga kani siya nga person kay male 19 to 29. Okay? Sige, magbutang na lang ta diri og iyang age, no, as well as iyang sex. So male, 29 years. Okay. Para makuha na to ang iyang RNI. So for vitamin A, it's 700 micrograms RE. Okay. Sakto ta. And for vitamin C, 70 milligrams. For males, 19 to 29. Okay. So kana, no, so during sa exam, no, kinahanglan ninyo i-check, no, ang PDRI sa nutrients nga given. Okay? So having considered these factors, so pwede na ta actually maka-compute, no, for the INQ. So lahi-lahi nga INQ sa kada nutrients. So let's start with vitamin A first. Remember, ang general formula sa INQ is percent RDA, then percent RG requirement. So actually, kani pwede na siya ma-translate to percent PDRI. And last time, no, naka-compute na to sa percent PDRI, so you know na how to get, no, the percent PDRI. And the percent TR or the percent RG requirement, the same lang siya actually, no, sa formula sa percent PDRI. So actual energy intake divided by recommended energy intake or REI. So again, unsa ning REI? Mura ra siya energy equivalent no sa RNI. Okay, kani recommended energy intakes. Okay, REI. Okay, so pwede nga mag during the exam no, pwede nga mag give ko og TR without basing sa PDRI, but pwede sad nga if walay given nga TR, then you have to check no the REI in the PDRI. So in this particular example no, naghatag na kog energy requirement daan, so you don't need to check no for the PDRI. But for example, in the exam, if wala ko naghatag og energy requirement, then aha ninyo makuha ang energy requirement sa REI sa PDRI. Okay? So if wala na ko to give tong 2,000 calories, then since ato ang patient or ato ang client is 90 to 29, then male, then mo ni atong basis. Okay, 2,530. Since mauman ni ang iyang energy requirement, mauman ni iyang total energy requirement or TER. Okay? So yeah, mao ni ang general formula, guys. So ato na i-substitute no ang mga given nga factors. So for the numerator, this is the percent PDRI. So remember, ang percent PDRI is computed as the actual intake or the actual nutrient content of a food, okay, which is 1,550 micrograms RE. Okay, so kani gi-derive ninyo ni siya sa FCT. Okay, because 100 grams of carrots contain 1,550 micrograms RE of vitamin A. Okay, and then 100 grams of carrots contain 6 milligrams of vitamin C. Okay, so 15550 divided by 700 micrograms RE. Remember that ang denominator sa percent PDRI is the PDRI itself, the RNI in the PDRI, which is 700 micrograms. So 1,550 divided by 700 times 100, so pila na? 221.42. Then, ang denominator is the percent TR. Okay. So, to derive that, the actual calorie content of the food, which is 42 calories, i-divide na to sa TR, which is again 2,000 calories. So 42 divided by 2,000 times 100 is equal to 2.1. So kung ato na siya i-divide ang 221.42 divided by 2.1, it would give you around 105.44. So remember that the minimum number of INQ in order to be considered as nutritious is 1. Okay? Pero kung duha lang ang given nga nutrients, para dili na ta mag-consider other nutrients, kinahanglan nga each of those kay naay at least 2. So wala na, nanubra nag 2 no, 105 na. So this is not a problem no. Kay the higher the INQ, the more nutritious it is. Okay, the more nutrient dense it is. So sa vitamin A, pasok na ang carrots. And this is expected because we know that carrots contain a lot of vitamin A. So we would expect nga iyang INQ for vitamin A is also very high. Okay? So check na tanong sa vitamin A. So isa na lang atong kulang no para ma-consider nato nga kaning carrot maingon nato nga nutritious. Okay? Kay INQs of 2 for at least 2 nutrients, pwede naman nato ma-consider ang food as nutritious. So let's say or let's confirm no whether ang INQ niya for vitamin C is at least 2. Okay. So, same ra gyapon nga formula, percent PDRI RNI divided by percent TR. So, to get for the percent PDRI RNI, so the actual content of vitamin C, which is 6 milligrams, i-divide na to sa RNI for vitamin C, which is 70. So 6 divided by 70 times 100. So that would give you around 8.57%. For the percent TR, 42 calories divided by 2,000 calories. So same ra atong sa INQ for vitamin A. So that's 2.1. So i-divide nimo ang 8.57 divided by 2.1, and that would give you 4.08. So nilapas na sad siya og 2. So therefore, check siya sa vitamin C. And since duha na nga nutrients ang niabot or ninubrag 2, so we can say that carrots are a nutritious food or have high nutrient density. So we can say that carrots are a nutrient dense food. Okay? So inana ra siya guys. Inana ra pag determine sa INQ. Sige. Let's take another example na para mas masabtan nato. Let's say bacon. Since mao man na ato ang set nga example last time, no? So bacon. Ato i-quantify. Sige, let's say 3 strips. Okay, 3 strips. 3 strips on to last time, no? So we want to know whether 3 strips of bacon, no, can be considered as technically nutritious. So ato sa i-convert sa into grams, no, ang 3 strips. So since a strip of bacon weighs around 10 grams, so mahimo ning 30 grams. Okay? Very important ni para again ma-compute nato no ang iyang nutrient content through the FCT. Sige. So ang reference nga group nato is again male, 29 years old. Okay. So important ni para ma-determine nato ang PDRI RNI for the nutrients. So let's say for example wala ko nag-set og energy requirements. So atong i-check ang PDRI. So, ang LG requirements sa male 19 to 29 years old is 2,530 calories. Sige, 2,530 calories. And unsa man nga mga nutrients ang ato ang i-compute. Sige, vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, and iron. Okay. So, nag-set upat diri nga example sa INQ, no, para mas ma-demonstrate, no. Sige. Ato sa i-derive siguro ang mga RNI ani nila. So, for vitamin A, again, copy ra nato diri kay same raman, 700 micrograms RE. Then, ang vitamin C is 70 milligrams. Sa calcium is 750. Okay, 750. Then ang iron is 12. Okay. Okay. So next atong i-determine is the FCT. Okay, ang FCT content aning 3 strips of bacon. Okay. So, atong i-open ang file for our FCT bacon. So 30 divided by 100 times, click na to sa taas and enter. And sorry, drag na to pa right. And copy. And atong i-paste dito, no? Okay. Para makita na to clearly ang iyahang nutrient content. Sige. So, naanatay content no sa 30 grams of bacon. So, atong i-write dito, vitamin A, FCP values. Ito na lang para mas klaro, no? FCP values, PDRI values. Okay. So, ang vitamin A is, ito na i-copy dito guys. Kaya na-compute naman dan 51.3 micrograms RE. Ang vitamin C is pila? 0. Okay. I'm sure 0, no? Itong i-check. 0. Ang calcium is 16.5. Then ang iron is pila to? 0.78 milligrams. Okay. So, okay, compute na natin ang INQ. So, ang INQ for vitamin A is, again, i-follow na itong formula, no? The actual content, which is 51.3 divided by 700, okay, times 100. Okay, divide na to sa percent TR, which is computed as the actual calorie content. Okay. Butang tag calories di ay sa bacon. Pila ang calories sa bacon? 180.9. Okay. 180.9 calories. 180.9 divided by TR is 2,530. 2,530. Okay. Times 100. Okay. So let me get my calculator. Don't forget to bring your calculator during the exam. Okay. Sige, 51.3 divided by 700 times 100. So that's 7.33. Okay. Again, ang rule na to sa kaning subject is i-round off na to ang decimal places na into 2 places. Okay? Sige. Tapos, divide na to sa percent TR, 180.9 divided by 2,530 times 100. That's 7.15. So, pila ni? 7.33 divided by 7.15. So that's 1.03. Okay, so ang INQ niya for vitamin A is 1.03, which is nipasok siya no sa category, okay, for 4 nutrients. But dili pa ta certain no, at this point, kinahanglan pa na to ma-compute ang other INQs. Sige. For vitamin C, okay. For sure, gamay gid iyahang INQ ani no. But sige lang, ato gyapon i-compute 0 divided by 70 times 100. Kaning denominator niya is actually same ra 7.15 across all the INQs no for that particular food. So ato na lang na i-copy 7.15. Okay? So 0 divided by 70 times 100. Okay, 0 divided by 7.15. 0. Okay, 0 yung INQ. So next is calcium. 16.5 divided by the RNI for calcium, which is 750. 750. Okay. Again, divide ra nato sa 7.15 kay same raman na sila. 16.5 divided by 750. Okay, divided by 7.15. So that's pila. 0. 0.08. Yeah. Mauna ang yang INQ, which is very, very low. Okay. So next is iron. Let's see. .78 divided by 12. Okay. Divided by 7.15. 0.78 divided by 12. Okay, divided by 7.15. So again, that's 0.009. Okay. So, yeah, isa ra ang niabot og 1. So, atong tan-awon ang ubang nutrients here, for sure gamay yun na siya zinc, kay 0 ang zinc. Gamay siya B1 and B2. Okay? So, di yun na siya moabot og 4, guys. So, pwede na ito maingon, no? Nga si bacon is not considered technically nutritious. Kay, based atong computation here, isa ra ang nutrient nga niabot og 1. The rest kay below na 1. And remember, unsay criteria diri, if the food has INQs of 1 or more for 4 nutrients, or INQs of 2 for at least 2 nutrients, then ay pa siya maingon nga nutritious. Okay? So, yeah, I guess that's all for my explanation no, of the topic. So, please just, you know, kamo na lang pag-practice, no? Unsaon ni siya pag-compute. Okay? Anyways, all of the needed information will be given no, during the exam. So, dili na kaayo mo mag-listen. Okay? I just want you to know the formula and how to interpret the derived INQ values. Okay? So, I guess that's all. Thank you for listening and I'll see you on Tuesday.